Alright, I'm not even about to waste no time. We're just about to get right into it because this is dead a re-record. Let's just go. What up, y'all? It's SznLuv here to bring you that good shit. I hope everybody's keeping it calm, cool, and collected out here in these streets. If you're returning, what it do, baby love? And if you're new here, then hey, I hope you join the family or whatever, subscribe, if that's what you're into. Welcome to a YouTube video. Now, this YouTube video is the Midnight Gospel episode 2 review here on my channel. If you're new, let me introduce myself. My name is Autumn, like the season, but you can call me SznLuv, which is SznLuv. Whatever you're into, however you're feeling, or you just call me Autumn like the season, it is what it is. Welcome to the segment on my channel where I do movie/show reviews. Right now we are up to the show The Midnight Gospel. It is on Netflix. I wish I remembered the name of the creator. You could do your own research. It's called The Midnight Gospel and it's on Netflix. Anyways, so we're up to episode 2. Usually what I would do right now is I would, pause this, stop this, go watch go watch it and then come back to y'all. But this is a re-record. I already recorded this video, but I really fuck with it, so now I'm re-recording it. So let's pretend, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna take a pause right now. We're gonna take an intermission. And for those of you that have not watched episode 2 of the Midnight Gospel, you're gonna pause it and you're gonna go watch it right now. We're gonna jump straight into it. So first things first that I noticed about episode 2 was the beginning sequence where we saw Clancy in his home and he's on his computer, and I guess his whole system, his whole home is connected to his simulator. Yeah, I think his simulator is connected to his whole crib. I don't know. Regardless, he has a simulator that, takes him to these different worlds where he does his space cast and shit like that. So, first thing that I noticed in the first sequence was that Nancy was really, I feel neglecting his simulator. Neglecting him. The simulators, they were saying, oh, he needs this, the simulators are glitching, doing all this shit, and instead of Clancy dealing with it, Clancy is ignoring the simulator, paying attention to the little emojis that's on his computer, and when the simulator really starts glitching and acting up, all Clancy does is unplug it and plug it back in. And it's yeah, that's dead what we do. Unplug it and plug it back in, and dead be working. But you can't be neglecting your simulator. That thing that be bringing you from this universe to this universe to this universe, you can't be neglecting it like that. It needs special care. What are you doing, Clancy? But yeah, that's the first thing that I noticed, and I felt that was very interesting. I wonder what you guys' thoughts are on that, and connecting it to the story of Clancy as a whole, because I feel they definitely connect. And when we get to episode 3, I'm gonna try to make more connections between each of the episodes, because right now I don't really have enough information to really connect, but we'll see what happens in episode 3. This episode, once Clancy went to this universe, it was the part where they just got there, and then he was talking about how his sister loaned him the money for the simulator, but she didn't know that it was the money for his simulator, and he was talking about it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna get the simulator and I'm gonna make a whole bunch of money and it's nobody's gonna give a fuck type shit. I just feel that plays into the aspect of Clancy kind of ignoring his life and true responsibilities and really getting wrapped up in the world of the simulator. It's really it's toxic. It's dead toxic. That's not healthy, but like I said, we'll make more connections when we get to episode 3 about Clancy's personal life. But let's get into the premise of what episode 2 is actually about, who he interviewed. And I will put her name right here because I forgot it. Maybe I should write all this stuff down before I start recording. You see how we're learning for the next time? Okay. Like, we're basically in another universe now. And now we're seeing, like, they're setting the scene and we're seeing how, like, this universe operates type shit. And I feel like that first, like, couple of seconds where, you know, we got there, we saw, like, the little clown thing be born and stuff like that. And then it abruptly gotten eaten by one of the deer dogs that was there. I feel like essentially that little small thing was the circle of life. But then as the episode like went on, I saw like the whole thing was like a metaphor for the circle of life. Because like I said in previous videos, in the previous video of this show, like for episode 1, I feel like the visuals really tie into what the podcast is about. Like, pay attention to the visuals when you're watching this shit, bro. It's like, it is a head bust, no kizzy. We see the circle of life with a clown, and like, you know, the clown is born and then it gets abruptly eaten by the freaking deer dog. But then the deer dog starts getting chased by this other bigger thing, and I just felt like it was like, y'all know that it reminded me of that pyramid. You know the pyramid that we learned in school about the food chain, and like this animal be eating this animal, and then this animal be eating this animal. Like, it kind of reminded me of that, like how the little clown got eaten by the deer dog, and then a deer dog is getting captured by this big whatever enterprise, I don't even know, and now they're about to go through their circle of life. You know what I'm saying? We get introduced to the person that we're interviewing. Like, she has a book that's called Hard Laughter, and that's like pretty self-explanatory. The first thing that I noticed about when the deer dog gets captured, because obviously Clancy gets captured with the deer dog too, because Clancy's just on for the ride, to be honest. And you know, he asks if she wants to be a part of the space cast, and she says yeah. The first thing that I noticed was the namastex thing, like the thing they gave to relax. Now, what I took from that was like, you know, drugs, like how, like, she even goes to speak about it too in the podcast. Yeah, I feel like the namastex thing was like a metaphor for, like, you know, drugs, alcohol, like different ways to cope, different ways that people today use to cope. Like, every time they would take it, you would see them like literally physically get like and woozy and stuff like that. Yes, when she mentioned about how she felt as if she stopped drinking altogether, like if she decided to be sober, that she would not have her talents anymore. Like, and like she was, you know, basically like relating that to a lot of people. Like, a lot of people feel as if they stop their coping mechanism for what's making them sad, because, you know, a lot of people, you know, people go through a lot when they sad. That feeling truly never goes away. Like, any little thing that reminds you of them can bring you back to like that just deep sadness, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that it can always make you spiral into like, you know, darkness, but you'll always have that underlying feeling of like, wow, this person is like gone. I could only imagine how it would feel like to lose someone close to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could only imagine that, and I feel for the people that's their reality. Like, going through it and releasing. Like, release was a big theme in this episode, and I feel like that's so beautiful, because I feel like that's really when you find true peace, is when you really accept something for what it is and let it be. So it is, and so it will be, literally. Like, once you release that hold that you have over a situation. Tie back to the visuals, go through all of the emotions, like literally, like they got chomped up, like they were like going through a whole bunch of tubes, going through the motions, stuff like that. One of them got their eye taken out. Like, it was a whole thing. Like, it was a whole gig. Like, it was OD. While they were going through all of these motions, it was kind of like they weren't flinching. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't phasing them. Like, it was just like, you know, this is just what happens. Lottie fucking up. They were really just literally accepting their fate. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was really cool. Like, there's so many things I feel like that's, like, I keep saying, like, you have to watch the episode. There's so many things that tie into everything. I don't know if I explained this in the other video, but like my intention for this little segment on my channel isn't to like have no type of structure of how this breakdown is gonna go. I'm gonna break down this part, this part, this part, this part. No, like, I'm literally just somebody like that you talk to when you walk out the movie theater type shit. Like, we discuss certain parts that stood out to us. We talk about our, what's that shit called? That our perspectives, what we take out of the show. If you agree with anything that I'm saying, definitely comment down below and let me know. If you disagree with something that I'm saying, then comment down below and let me know. If I missed something from the episode that you want me to give an opinion about, comment down below and let me know. You know what I'm saying? So we can have a little conversation, a little banter, you know what I'm talking about? The Midnight Gospel is such a good show, and I urge each and every one of you to actually go and watch it, just because I can only explain the visuals so much. Like, it's a cartoon, so I don't understand actually how this could throw somebody off. Like, it's a cartoon, but like, that's just my opinion. I love cartoons. However, I feel like what throws people off is that it's a cartoon, but the conversation is so casual. Like, it's literally a podcast. Like, it's literally a podcast. There was a lot going on. You gotta go watch the visuals, bro. No cap. Like, it was a lot going on, but like, all of it, like, simple. In my opinion, I feel like it symbolized kind of like I said, like the circle of life, and that was like the ending of them, like, you know, getting chewed up, spit out, and then they were getting eaten, like chirped up by, like, I think it was like mini birds, because they became basically like birds food. Remember in Lion King when Mufasa was explaining to Simba how it all works? Like, you know, when he dies, he becomes the grass, and then the antelope eats the grass, and then that's like the circle of life. Yeah, that's what it was. And I feel like to tie the whole entire episode together, bro, this whole entire time I thought I was fucking recording, and I was not. But essentially what I feel like was taken from this episode 2 of the Midnight Gospel was the aspect of releasing death in order to open yourself up to a new beginning. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of my takeaway, I guess, from this episode. But I'm gonna just end it off right here. If there's anything that you think I missed, please comment down below and let me know. If there's anything that you want me to talk about, comment down below and let me know. If you liked it, you fucked with it, comment down below, let me know. Don't forget to give this video a like. You know what I'm saying? Share to your friends, your mom, you know, whatever. But on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then yay, like the video. Yeah. If you didn't, I don't care. But don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good shit. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one this is going up on Sunday, so I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Yeah.